Rhys! What are you acting all high and mighty for? You just got lucky once and saved the old man. Look how cocky you've become! Florence said irritably. So what if he gave her daughter the cold shoulder? Did he really think he was someone important? At least I saved Grandpa. What about you all? You nearly got him killed. Dustin replied coldly. You! What kind of attitude is that? Florence was fuming. That's enough. What kind of example are we setting, arguing like this as a family? At that moment, Mr. Old Nicholson suddenly spoke sternly. Florence, all of you leave. I have something to discuss with young Dustin. Humph. Florence was clearly unhappy, but she had no choice but to leave. As soon as they stepped out of the hospital room, the group started whispering among themselves. What do you think? Could it be that the old man's keeping Dustin behind to talk about a will or something? Hard to say. That Rhys kid knows how to please the old man. No matter what, we'd better stay alert. Ugh! I don't get it. James is the real grandson, but the old man's always favoring that live-in son-in-law. What kind of spell did he fall under? Their grumbling carried clear resentment. Oh right, where is James anyway? Grandpa's in the hospital, and he still hasn't shown up? Dahlia scanned the area, finally realizing her younger brother James wasn't there. He went drinking at a bar with some friends. His phone's been off. I couldn't reach him, Florence said, shaking her head. Humph. All he knows is partying and drinking. Completely useless. Dahlia's face darkened. With a grandson like that, no wonder the old man favored someone else. President Dahlia! Something's happened. Just then, Lyra, dressed in her professional suit, came rushing over. What is it? Dahlia asked in confusion. I just received word. Your brother James got into a fight at a bar. There was a conflict, and it's already turned physical, Lyra said urgently. What? Who had the nerve to lay a hand on my son? Upon hearing this, Florence exploded with rage, completely ignoring the possibility that it was James who started the trouble. The details aren't clear yet, but the other side has more people. If we're too late, James might suffer. Then what are we waiting for? Let's go back him up. Florence rolled up her sleeves, looking ready for a brawl. That boy never stops causing trouble. Lyra, call a few more people and come with us to the bar, Dahlia ordered before leading the group toward the scene. After all, it was her brother. No matter what mess he caused, she had to help clean it up. Meanwhile, back in the hospital room, Dustin received a call. It was Uncle Dong. Hey, brother Dustin, I've got that premium ginseng you asked for. Got a minute? Come out and talk. Oh? Where are you? At Passion Bar. Waiting for you. All right, I'm on my way. After ending the call and saying goodbye to Mr. Old Nicholson, Dustin immediately headed out. A 500-year-old ginseng was an extremely rare find. Since Uncle Dong had it, there was no way Dustin would miss this opportunity. Half an hour later, when Dustin arrived at Passion Bar, he coincidentally saw Dahlia and her group getting out of their car. What are they doing here? He found it strange but didn't say anything and simply followed them into the bar. Inside, the place was packed. Some were spectators, others were bouncers, but the center of attention was a group of young men led by James. They were all bruised and bloodied, some with cracked heads, kneeling on the ground like they were waiting for judgment. James! What happened to you? Seeing her brother in such a state, Dahlia's brows furrowed tightly. Sis! You're finally here! James stumbled to his feet, as if seeing his savior. Oh, my poor baby! Who did this to you? Tell your mom, I'll make them pay. Florence was heartbroken. Even when James messed up, she couldn't bear to lay a finger on him. How could she tolerate anyone else beating him? It was that bitch! James pointed viciously behind him. Following his gesture, they saw a seductive woman in a red dress, lounging casually in a booth. Behind her stood a group of burly men. You slut! You're done for! My sister is the CEO of Allure Group, and you dared lay a hand on me? I'll make you pay for this! James shouted viciously. He was determined to repay the beating in full. Allure Group? And I'm supposed to be impressed? The red-dressed woman swirled her wine glass, her tone calm. Humph! Don't even know about Allure Group? What a bunch of country bumpkins! I'm warning you, apologize to my son and pay his medical expenses, or you'll be sorry! Florence threatened. You old hag! You dare disrespect Miss Red? I'll tear your mouth apart. One of the burly men suddenly pulled out a switchblade. What? Trying to scare me? You think I'm afraid? Florence flinched, backing up 2 steps, but her mouth was still fierce. What exactly happened? Dahlia remained rational and tried to understand the situation. Why don't you ask your brother? The woman in red stood up slowly and pointed at James. He caused trouble in my bar and injured my people. Giving him a beating wasn't out of line, was it? If something got broken, I'll pay for it. But why beat him so severely? Dahlia frowned. Severely? The red-dressed woman scoffed. He still has all his limbs. That's me showing mercy. Anyway, I won't waste time. If you want to settle this, pay $5 million. Otherwise, none of you are leaving this place tonight. $5 million? You might as well rob a bank. James roared. Exactly. You beat up my son, and I haven't even made you pay for that. Now you dare ask us for money? Who gave you the guts? Florence glared. I'm being polite now. Don't push your luck. Once my man arrives, it won't just be about money anymore. The woman said coolly. Oh, please, your man? Bring him out. I want to see just how powerful he really is. Florence snapped without fear. You ignorant fools! Do you even know who Miss Red's man is? He's the overlord of South City, Cobra, Master Snake. See Cobra? At those words, the whole Nicholson group turned pale. Swinton had 4 districts, East, West, South, and North. The East used to be controlled by Trevor Spanner, but the West was Cobra's domain. Compared to Trevor, Cobra was even more ruthless and sinister. Rumor had it, he loved raising crocodiles. Anyone who crossed him would be thrown into his crocodile pit. As the boss of West District, Cobra was absolutely someone they couldn't afford to mess with. They had truly kicked an iron wall this time. I didn't expect Red to be Cobra's woman. No wonder no one dares cause trouble here. It's not that no one's tried. Anyone who did is already finished. Just a while ago, a billionaire tried to flirt with her here, and Cobra chopped off his hands and feet on the spot. He didn't even dare fart about it afterward. He went to apologize personally. Damn! That ruthless? Of course. Cobra is the king of Southside. Who dared disrespect him? Once Red's identity was revealed, the whole bar buzzed with commotion. Some were shocked. Some were fearful. Some gloated at the coming disaster. This is bad. James gulped, cold sweat pouring down his face. If he'd known this place was under Cobra's protection, not even 100 doses of courage would have made him act up. Why did we have to provoke a devil like that? Florence shrank her neck, fear all over her face, her previous arrogance completely gone. She could bully small fries, sure, but facing a murderous thug like Cobra? She could only pray to stay out of his sight. What, cat got your tongue? Weren't you acting all tough just now? Come on, let's see that attitude again. One of the burly men sneered. Cobra's name was legendary in West Side. Very few dared cross him. Don't panic. I'm here. They won't dare lay a hand on you. At that moment, Matt Laney finally spoke. His words brought instant relief to Florence and James. That's right. They almost forgot they had a powerful backer. Matt Laney was from the prestigious Laney family of Millsbrook. In this area, that was top-tier privilege. No matter how fierce Cobra was, would he dare challenge the Laney family? With that thought, both straightened up with newfound confidence. Matt, Cobra's a big deal here. Are you sure we're okay? James asked cautiously. Relax. He's just a local thug. I'm not the least bit concerned. Matt replied with a faint smile. This was the perfect chance to show off, and he wasn't going to waste it. That's great to hear. James beamed, thinking he had dodged a major bullet. Hey! What are you whispering about over there? Are you paying or not? The woman in red grew impatient. So what if we're not? You think we're scared of you? Florence placed her hands on her hips and yelled back. With Matt behind her, she was fearless. Not paying? Red let out a cold laugh. Fine. Then we'll go by Cobra's rules. Anyone who causes trouble in his territory gets both arms broken. With that, she gestured behind her. Immediately, several burly men drew their knives. Hold it! Matt stepped forward with a sharp voice. His handsome appearance and noble air made the women nearby swoon. And who are you, meddling in my business? The woman in red gave him a once-over. I'm Matt Laney, from the Laney family of Millsbrook, he declared proudly. Millsbrook Laney family? The crowd gasped. Even nobles from Millsbrook are here? This just got interesting. No wonder these people are acting so bold. They've got young Master Laney backing them. He's so handsome. I wonder if he has a girlfriend. The murmurs and stares from the crowd only boosted Florence and James' pride. Indeed, nothing beat the power of a prestigious name. With the Laney family behind them, who would dare mess with them? Oh, so you're young Master Laney? What a pleasure. The woman in red forced a smile. She'd definitely heard of the Laney family before, once a dominant force in Millsbrook. Though their influence had waned recently, a dying camel was still bigger than a horse. She didn't dare provoke them lightly. Since you know who I am, that makes things easier, Matt said arrogantly. Now tell me, how do you plan to handle this? Young Master Laney has spoken, so I'll give you some face. Let's just call today's incident a misunderstanding and leave it at that, she replied, stepping back. She didn't want to stir up unnecessary trouble for Cobra either. Leave it at that? Matt sneered. You hit my friend, and now you want to just walk away? Do you think it's that easy? Then what do you want? She asked, frowning slightly. An apology and compensation, of course. An apology? Her expression darkened. She didn't mind personally, but the problem was, she represented Cobra here. If she apologized, wouldn't that be the same as slapping Cobra in the face? You heard him. Apologize now, or we'll smash this place up. Florence raised her voice again. Not just an apology. I want compensation too, James roared. Damn it, you hit me. I want 5 million at least. With Matt as their support, his confidence was through the roof. They were the definition of bullies relying on power. Young Master Laney, this place belongs to Cobra. Please show a little respect. Leave some room for future civility. The woman in red said, her face turning unpleasant. Show you respect? You think you deserve it? Matt scoffed. Let me be clear. Even if Cobra himself were here, if I told him to apologize, he'd have no choice but to obey. Oh? Who's got the guts to demand I apologize? A deep voice echoed through the bar. A bald man with sunglasses and a cigar strode in with an imposing presence. Everyone quickly cleared a path. Cobra! You're here! The woman in red lit up and rushed over. Just showing my boss around, Cobra said as he casually wrapped an arm around her waist. Now tell me, what's going on? I thought I heard someone say I need to apologize? It's like this. She quickly gave him a brief rundown of the events. So you're the one from Millsbrook? You're the one asking me to apologize? Cobra approached Matt and looked him up and down with a scowl. That's right. Your people hit my friend. You owe him an apology. Simple as that, Matt said coolly, arms crossed behind his back. Apologize? I'll apologize your damn mother! Cobra exploded and slapped Matt hard across the face. Smack! Matt staggered and almost fell to the ground. Holy shit! The entire bar went dead silent.
And just can't accept it. This can't be the end yet. You promised to never leave, and now you're gone. Can't believe I can feel the world slipping away as you slowly fade from my everyday. You promised forever a love without end, but now I'm left broken, struggling to mend. I thought we were so tied, destined for a lifetime, love with no end, love with no